Good morning students. Welcome to your English language class, and today our topic is transformation of sentences, and these are the guidelines. Now students, while doing this exercise, you should keep in mind the fact that transformation of a sentence means the conversion of a sentence from one grammatical form to another without changing its meaning. So, always follow these guidelines in order to do well in this exercise. First, the interchange of the adverb to using so and that. Example, she is too weak to walk. What should be the answer? She is so weak that she cannot walk. Then comes the interchange of active and passive voice. Example, I wrote a poem. What should be the answer? A poem was written by me. Then comes the interchange of degrees of comparison. Students, we all know that there are 3 degrees of comparison. They are positive degree, comparative degree and superlative degree. The first example in positive degree. No other king was as wise as Solomon. How to change into comparative? Solomon was wiser than all other kings. How to change into superlative? Solomon was the wisest king. So students, when you change the degree of comparison, you have to see that the meaning does not change. The meaning should remain intact. Then comes the interchange of no sooner did to as soon as. Suppose an example here, as soon as he reached the station, comma, the train whistled off. You have to begin with no sooner. What should be the answer? No sooner did he reach the station than the train whistled off. Then interchange of sentences having hardly had to as soon as. An example, as soon as the sun rose, the birds started singing. You have to begin with hardly. Hardly had the sun risen when the birds started singing. Interchange of interrogative to assertive and then to exclamatory. Suppose a sentence here, can one live without food? This is an interrogative sentence. How do you change to assertive? One cannot live without food. Another one, interchange of exclamatory to assertive. Suppose, how expensive this is, an exclamatory mark. How to change to assertive? This is very expensive. Then comes the interchange of affirmative to negative. Example, this sum is easy. How to change to negative? This sum is not difficult. You have to bring the word not and also bring the opposite of easy. Then comes the sentences containing not only but also. Suppose an example here, he sang the song and played the synthesizer, and you have to begin with not only. The answer should be, not only did he sing the song but also played the synthesizer. Remember, after not only, the verb should be used and not the pronoun. Next comes the interchange of use of if and unless. Example, if he does not study hard, comma, he will fail. You have to begin with unless. Unless he studies hard, comma, he will fail. Then comes the interchange of in spite of, despite and although. Suppose here the sentence, in spite of the cold weather, comma, they went for a picnic. And you have to begin with despite. Despite the cold weather, comma, they went for a picnic. How do you start with although? Although the weather was cold, comma, they went for a picnic. Then comes the interchange of although and but. Now here, suppose an example. He was poor but he was honest. And you have to begin with although. Although he was poor, comma, he was honest. Then comes the interchange of direct speech to indirect speech. Example, he said, comma, within quote, I saw a panther this morning. What should be the indirect one? He said that he had seen a panther that morning. Then comes the interchange of one part of speech to another. Suppose a sentence here, he invited me to his birthday party. Here the word invited is used as a verb. Now you have to use the word invited to the form of a noun. What should be the sentence? He sent an invitation to me on his birthday party. So students, we hope that these guidelines will definitely help you to solve the various types of transformation of sentences. Thank you students.